And welcome to another episode of Pessimistic at Best, the podcast. I am your host, Samantha Georgeson, and I brought the old ball and chain back on the podcast.
I'm here.
I was going to maybe record this episode alone because today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite things to complain about, which is teeth and going to the dentist and the orthodontist and braces and anything to do with my mouth. But I figured I would bring James on both as moral support and I guess just as like a backup. You're like a testament to my journey.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Been through the highs and lows with you.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, I've had an insane experience with regards to dental care, I guess, overall. And it's funny, too, because I actually even saw James's orthodontist for a sec, but we'll get to all of that. That's another good reason to have you here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's funny because like when you started dating me, I was missing a tooth. Do you remember that?
Yeah. You didn't have, I don't know what it's called next to your canine.
No, it was my canine tooth.
It was your canine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when did you get braces?
Well, so I got braces when this is funny because now you're like interviewing me.
Yeah, there we go. Tell me more.
I got braces. I think I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
And like at the time I was like down to get braces.
Yeah.
What a big mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone had braces back then. And I don't know. I think I was like kind of a little late. Like I think a lot of people got braces in like 6th, 7th grade.
I got mine even later than you.
Yeah, you got yours in high school. So I guess maybe that's not even true. But like I remember being like, sure, I'll like, yeah, like this is kind of cool.
Right.
And I mean, I had a gap. So I had a cross bite, like over under type of situation.
Sure.
So my jaw was just like a little off to the side.
Yeah.
I mean, it still kind of is, but I think it's been corrected. I honestly don't know.
Looks great.
But and then I just had like a gap tooth. So going into it, I didn't even think that anything was that wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
With my teeth. Like I got put in braces, got fit for them, and like back then it was cool to do like multiple colors and like you could fuck around and like you every time you went in for your like appointment or whatever, you would switch your colors out and like I would do like ones to match the holidays, like you know, this time of year I probably would have gotten pink and red for Valentine's Day or
my God.
So dumb. But like that's when it was like sort of fun and I got fit for braces and I was told that it was going to be like 1 to 2 years.
Yeah. And everyone else was doing it and stuff. So you were just like, fine.
Yeah. And at that age, it's kind of like cool to do something like fun and new. And I mean, not that braces are cool,
I don't know if they're cool, but
like they kind of were. At least at Toki, okay? I swear.
Yeah. So I knew you for a couple of years without braces. I thought I met you when you had braces. No?
Well, we probably met in like 6th grade and then I had them in 7th. So
okay. Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah. So I was there for most or all of it.
Yep.
Damn. So I don't even know if you've said it. How long did you have braces?
Well, so I was told I was only going to have these things for 1 to 2 years. And then by the time 8th grade came around, everyone else was getting their braces off. And like I was so ready to get mine off. I wanted them off. But the end was not really in sight for me. I learned that I still had, so my eye teeth, the technical term, or my canines as you might know them, were like just still my baby teeth.
Right. That's what kind of complicated everything.
Yeah. So like there weren't any coming in, any adult ones. And my like baby teeth were still in there, you know, doing their best, but they were small. Yeah. Obviously. And then like they were starting to get a little loose. Mm-hmm. So whatever, 8th grade, everyone else is getting their braces off. And I'm like, fuck this. I don't want these anymore. I started only getting like, I don't know, I would stick to a very safe set of colors, like where people would never notice. I would never change anything about them because I didn't want people to look at them anymore. Like I was like navy blue or like something just like, I don't know, like I don't want you to see these anymore. And I never I didn't go for the clear because those almost, it's like, maybe you don't have anything on your teeth, but if you look a little closer, that's
what I had.
Some bullshit on there. Did you?
Yeah. Looking back, they did look pretty weird.
Yeah, I know. That's why I didn't want those. Not to roast you.
But. No, you're fine. It's funny because braces are almost like a fashion thing now. Like there's some kind of there's some aesthetics that use them, you know.
That's true. Well, fuck that because I'm like, well, because when did you get yours?
So I got mine like freshman or sophomore year, and had him for 11 months.
That is such
and you were
bullshit.
So pissed.
Oh my God, that's so annoying.
So I just had a gap too.
I don't even remember your teeth being bad. You just had a gap in the front, but I feel like you had full braces. Top and bottom.
Yeah, there was some. They were just like, if we're gonna do your gap and etc.
Okay. Might as well.
Yeah. I had a retainer when I was like a little kid because I had an underbite or an overbite.
I always thought you had a weird mouth.
Yeah, you've always said that.
I think you grew into it.
Yeah, you say that too. I still don't exactly know what that means.
If you guys think, if you know what I'm talking about, like James just always had like the longest, flattest. It was way too big for your face. It just like looked so weird to me, but it doesn't anymore. I guess I look at you every day though.
Yeah. You think my head got bigger and matched my mouth?
It definitely did.
Good.
You do have huge features.
Got a big nose.
You have a huge nose.
I feel like that's. I don't think my like ears or anything. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, fine. Maybe it's just the nose and your big mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so annoying that you had them for 11 months because so freshman year is when things really started to go downhill for me with regards to my dental situation. Certainly. Because that's when I found out about the baby teeth thing. Okay, so fine, like these aren't going to last me forever, my stupid little baby teeth, and they kind of look dumb, though I never really thought anything of it. But they gave me the options of like essentially they were like, let's take these out, and the smart thing to do would be to give you implants, like something in place that's going to be bigger. And okay, well, and it's also funny because this podcast was inspired by the fact that I had to go to the dentist for like an emergency situation like 2 weeks ago or last week, whatever. So the nightmares never end. But so freshman year, I found out about these baby teeth, and then they were like, okay, we got to get you some implants, like that's what we're gonna do. So I went in to go and have my baby teeth pulled. And this was like by recommendation of my orthodontist, but I think I went to the dentist to have this done. Maybe it was even like an oral surgeon, but it wasn't that serious. Anyway. Yeah. And so I went in and she was like, all right, yeah, we'll like yank this. She pulled the one out on my right side because I was missing both. Mm-hmm. She pulled the one out on my right side, kind of like leaves the room, comes back. We're going to do the second one. And she was like, you know, like, I don't really know why we just did that because we can't give you implants until you've been out of braces for like at least a year or something. Like it has to, the rest of your teeth have to settle.
Not what you want to hear when you just got a tooth pulled out.
No. And on top of that, like, oh my God, she was just like, I think, you know, we're going to leave the next one in there. Yeah. So then I just had one tooth missing, and there was nothing that I could do about it because I couldn't get implant. There was no end in sight for me getting my braces off. Like that wasn't in the picture yet.
Do you remember if you went into it thinking you were going to get both out?
Yeah. Like it was definitely.
And then they took the one out and they were like, wait.
Yeah. And she was like, I think we just made a horrible mistake.
Oh my God. Unforgivable, straight up.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't even her fault.
Yeah, she was just doing what she was told.
Yeah. Oh my God. And so that was like a situation that we kind of had. And then I just am left with one baby tooth. And then I had my braces wire went over my open spot where I had no tooth.
I honestly think that helped. Like I straight up didn't see it.
Yeah.
So much glistening in your mouth.
Ew. Oh my God. I'm the worst. But yeah, I mean, and that sucked. Like I remember going back to school, I was so embarrassed. I just had this giant hole. I mean, and your eye teeth, that's like in the front of your mouth.
Yeah.
That's like very prominent.
Crucial.
Yeah. So, okay. And then I go back to the orthodontist and I am like, okay, well, fuck you, first of all.
Right.
And you know what? We're going to name him because I was going to Madison Family Orthodontics and I believe he's retired now, but Dr. Fennig, you ruined my life. I'm going to be honest. You ruined my life for several years. And so
you're like 4 years into it. You just got a tooth pulled out for no reason.
For absolutely no reason. And everyone at this point, most people don't have braces anymore. Like maybe some people still do, but like in high school, not very many people still had them. I was ready to get rid of them.
Oh, for sure.
So I go back to the orthodontist and then Dr. Fennig is like, you know, we're kind of trying to figure out what to do with my mouth, all this stuff is going on. We have to make room for the implants because it has to be bigger than a baby tooth size naturally, because the tooth is going to be way bigger. So then, my mom and I were under the impression that we were dragging the rest of my teeth backwards to make room for these fucking implants.
Right.
And then, like, a little while later, I was also, for someone who hated braces so much, I also wasn't the best about them. Like, I wasn't really good about wearing my rubber bands.
Sure. I mean, that's just a hassle.
Fuck that. I don't want to wear those things. I already have this garbage metal shit all over my teeth.
Yeah.
I don't want these little rubber doodads. It's just disgusting.
I never had rubber bands. They sound terrible.
And it's gross.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They're caked with spit. It's just disgusting.
Right.
Like, I don't want that. So I never wore them. So I wasn't really doing myself any favors. But
yeah.
And we're supposed to be yanking my teeth back. At some point, they installed this device on the roof of my mouth, and
Oh, yeah.
I remember this because I was working at Quivi's at the time.
I forgot about that.
So, okay, a couple years later now, honestly, like, I think I started at Quivi's after I could drive. So this had to be like junior year.
Right.
So still in braces, folks. So what is that? Now we're going on like 6 years.
Right.
5. Whatever. Yeah. Too many. Like my 1 to 2 year quota has been met, and I'm still missing a tooth.
Right.
3 years later. And it's so annoying. I have this insane contraption installed on the roof of my mouth that my mom had to crank every week or something. We had this crazy device, and my mom would have to get up there and like
that shit like scraped your gums.
Well, so then something super fucked up happened with it. I don't even know what, but it was like completely tearing into the roof of my mouth.
Man, I forgot about this whole section of the journey.
Yeah, it was like so miserable. And I remember one night, because I was hosting at Quivi's, and the roof of my mouth was just hurting so fucking bad.
Yeah.
And like I was trying to like wedge gum up there just to like like give it a break, like just put a pillow in between it, like a cushion of some kind. I couldn't stop drinking soda. I was just like trying to drink so much soda for some reason, and just I don't know, like for a brief second the fizz and the coldness would like take the pain away. So I was drinking an insane amount of soda. My mouth hurt so bad, like I literally could barely speak.
Yeah.
And I'm in there having to talk to all these people who are just coming for their Wednesday night dinner at whatever the fuck. And then I went home and I said something to my mom, because it was like excruciating pain. Like it was actually so bad. It must have been actually a Friday night at Quivi's, because like
fish fry?
I got home. Well, no, but funny that you say that, because Quivi's does have a really good fish fry. This is a plug.
Straight up. Sponsor the podcast.
Yeah. So I got home, I immediately went and complained to my mom, and, she like called. They're not open on Saturdays, but they have, so my dentist or my orthodontist had like 2 locations. The one I usually went to obviously is in Madison. It was right over there on Odana Road. Mm-hmm. Then they have like, he also had like a DeForest location. Okay. And she was like, we have like, an emergency service if you really need to come in, like, and she, I think this woman, like one of the, I guess, I don't know if they're called like a dental hygienist at the orthodontist, but like a nurse for an orthodontist.
Sure.
She was just like, but if you like, it sounds like you're in a lot of pain. Like I will just but you have to meet me at the DeForest one. So me and my mom drive out to DeForest, and this poor woman like takes this thing off of the roof of my mouth, and she was like, oh my God, like it was like torn to shreds.
Jesus.
Yeah. It was.
What was the purpose of that
so
metal
bad.
thing anyway?
I don't know. I don't know if it was yanking my teeth forwards or backwards or what it was doing.
Something.
We had to crank it.
That's
all I know. And then she just took it off for me and like was like, yeah, we are not doing this anymore.
That's not what's up.
I mean, and it hurt so bad. It actually took a really long time for the roof of my mouth to heal, because like, I don't know, if you think about the roof of your mouth, that's like such strange skin, or it's not skin, whatever it is.
Flesh, gum.
Stuff. Yeah. So it took a long time for that to heal. It hurt to eat anything. Like it was just like, it was so miserable.
Yeah.
And this is when I found out. So I go back to the orthodontist. We need a new solution. I'm a junior in high school. Literally no one has braces anymore.
Yeah.
And then I find out that we're not actually moving my teeth backwards. He's been like pushing them forwards.
Okay, yeah, that rings a bell.
Because without consulting us, because he was like, we'll just close the gap.
And you just won't have canines. The
like most prominent and different teeth in your mouth.
Yeah, right.
Those are the only ones that don't look like any of the other ones.
They're quite functional.
Yeah. You kind of need them. They're at the corner. That's where you bite into shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So oh my God, it was so bad. And my mom was just like, what the fuck? And it's funny because at this point, there was like a period here, obviously up until I can drive, my mom's pretty much taking me to my appointments.
Right.
Then I was able to drive. I started going alone because that's what you do. I have a car and I leave school and I go to the orthodontist. And I mean, it was going so horribly. I started bringing my mom to my fucking appointments again to like yell at my orthodontist.
Mommy.
Yeah. And like I did, I felt like a child, but like, I don't know. I need some support.
Yeah, you're not
here.
trying to be 16 yelling at your fucking orthodontist.
No. And it's funny because, okay, at this point, like, I'm one of the older kids still coming to this fucking place. There are like other 7th graders coming with their parents. And like, oh my God, it sucked. Like, I'm just like in there and these little kids are getting their braces on for their first time. And I'm like way too fucking old.
Dr. Fennig is gone.
Yeah. It's like, right. It's like when you keep going to like, I don't know, like a lot of people, you'll continue going to like your pediatric doctor, like your kid, and then you're like all of a sudden, I'm way too fucking old for this.
Yeah.
And like, but what was I going to do? I still had the braces on my teeth, so there was nothing. So I think this was like the point when I went to have a consultation with your orthodontist.
Yeah, and I can't remember mine, but great guy.
Yeah, he got you in and out of there, no problem.
So you're at like year 5 now?
Yes. So I just wanted a second opinion because fuck this. I was so miserable, and no offense, but Dr. Fennig was old. I don't even know if he knew what the fuck he was doing anymore.
Yeah, totally.
Like I was being screwed left and right.
For
Like,
real.
it was just. So I went to have a second opinion with James's fabulous orthodontist, and he looked at my teeth and he was like, well, you know, the bad news is he uses a completely different kind of braces than what we use here. So, you know, we would have to get you fitted for an entirely new set. Like, we can't work with what's already on your teeth. They're kind of old-fashioned, which just goes to show. And, well, especially since I had some, like, medieval contraption on the roof of my mouth for a while.
Device.
Like, literally. And he was like, but the good news is I think you probably are in the home stretch. Like, I would say at most you probably have like a year left.
Right. And you got college around the corner. You're like, I
better get these off my teeth. I don't want to go to college with braces. I don't want to be that girl. Little did we know that I was going to be.
Uh-oh. Spoiler alert.
But, yeah, those dreams were soiled. And so whatever, I, like, tail between my legs, go back to Dr. Fennig's office and continue my bullshit. And at this point, like, the amount of times that I cried in that office is just absolutely insane.
You got, like, 8th graders outside the hall. Just, like,
literally.
What's happening in there?
And everyone knew me. All of the dental hygienists or whatever, the, like, front desk lady. There was this woman named Becky, and I honestly don't even know what she did. But she, like, whenever I would cry or have, like, my mom and I would go into this, like, conference room and have a meeting with her. Like, it was, like, a thing. Like, Becky was, like, my support system.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was just insane. And
they probably like made announcements when you were coming in that day.
Straight up. Like, for real. I mean, and I have to say the rest of the staff, fabulous people, but I wish they would have maybe, like, I don't know, put in a good word, been like, get this girl out of these fucking things. But so yeah, so I'm like miserable. No one has braces. Mitchell Meyer actually went to my orthodontist. I remember when he got his off and I was so fucking jealous.
Yeah. Did you have to tip Fennig or something?
Right? Straight up. Well, and that's the stupidest part about this, too. Like, I wasn't paying them anymore. You pay for the braces.
Oh, yeah.
This man wasn't making any money off of me.
Right.
So
he wasn't
it's not
milking
like,
you.
Yeah.
He was just fucking up.
It was just like an actually horrible situation. And it just kept getting worse. And so, whatever. We were trying all these different things. Then we got back on the path of moving the teeth backwards because I need eye teeth. I need canine teeth. That's like crucial to the mouth. And so I think this is around the time then that we just like went to go and see an oral surgeon to kind of check in and just see where we were at and what was actually going to be happening with getting implants, how soon, what size. And he took a bunch of x-rays and he came back and he was like, I don't even think we're going to be able to fit our smallest version of implants in your gums. Like, I think we'll hit a nerve and you will probably be paralyzed in the face. Like,
you do have a tiny mouth.
Yeah, my mouth is so small. And so, yeah, I mean, that's not the news you want to hear, because they had recently developed this special little mini kind.
Just for you.
But like, I couldn't even have it.
Oh my God.
So like, it was like extra small. We're
Triple
working
XS.
with nothing. Yeah. So that was horrible news. And that might have honestly even been in like college at this point.
Yeah.
I went into college with braces, pissed.
So pissed.
I was so mad about it. I just like, you're meeting so many new people. Like, at least in high school, pretty much everyone that I knew I've known you for years.
Right,
it doesn't matter. I hate that I have them, but you know me this way. Yeah. In college, you meet so many new people, and then I'm just the one with braces. That's who I am. And there's no way that's not what people thought. Like, on my floor.
I know. Yeah. That sucks.
Sam's the girl with the braces. Like, what the fuck? That's the worst thing in the world, maybe. And so I was so miserable. And again, I'm still bringing my mom to my appointments. So at this point, also, I didn't keep a car downtown. So there was like a little bit more of a reason, I guess, to have my mom there. Like, I needed a ride.
Right.
But I'm also fucking 18.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's like 12-year-olds in there. Yeah. It's like so stupid.
Literally getting them off.
Yeah. Well, and it's so funny. I remember in the office behind the receptionist desk, they had this fucking stupid LED switchboard thing. And every day, it's just the names of the kids who were getting their braces off that day would be scrolling past with like
just taunting you.
Yes. And I wanted my name to be on there so bad. I've wanted my name to be on there since like 8th grade. Like, I've been waiting to have my name show up on that fucking screen. And I don't know, the end of college rolled around. I have been through the ropes with these people. We took some braces off, we put some more on. All this different bullshit was happening with my mouth. And then finally, my mom and I, both of us truly, were so fed up. And my mom ended up calling them. I sound like such a brat. But my mom ended up calling the office and just totally laid into them. She was like, fuck this. We're tired of this. She's been in braces for years. We want
7
these
years
off.
At that point.
Yeah, which is
way too many.
No one has that.
No,
and my mouth was not that fucked up to begin with.
No, right. Yeah.
A lot of people have way worse.
Yours were like just like mine,
point.
basically.
Yeah.
Like Gap and some other stuff could be better.
Yes.
11 months versus 7 years.
Yeah. Like, that's fucking insane.
It's sad, straight up.
And so it's the end of my freshman year. I remember because I was pacing around on my dorm room floor, like right by the elevators, talking to my mom on the phone. And
everyone's like, the girl with braces is talking to her mom.
Literally. Oh, yeah, she's taking up the hallways again. And so I'm just like pacing back and forth, and me and my mom are on the phone telling me how she just totally just laid into them and like screamed at them and was like, we want these off. You're taking these off. We're finding another solution. I don't care if it's Invisalign or whatever the fuck.
Right. There's a lot of alternatives.
We're doing something else. These braces are coming off.
Yeah, this time.
And I mean, I literally think I was just like walking around listening to my mom and crying tears of joy. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is so happy. This is like amazing.
Wait, is she like reporting to you, or were we on a 3-way call or something?
No, like she just screamed at them, and like, I don't even know what the results were. I just know she had yelled at them, and I was just
that's what I mean. She like was telling you what she did.
Yeah, and I was just so happy.
I don't know if she like phoned you and like, all right, I'm kidding you.
Oh, no. Yeah, this was after the fact. I didn't actually hear her yell at them. I just kind of got the play-by-play.
Okay.
And so I was so geeked. We had an appointment, and because I think she like just like did this because I had an upcoming appointment.
Yeah.
And we were like,
this is it.
At this, you're taking these fuckers off. Like, this is the time.
Didn't they wasn't your Gap closed for years too?
My Gap had been closed, but I still had one tooth missing, and another one that something needed to happen with it, and it was actually getting like substantially loose. Yeah, more loose.
I remember seeing your high school senior photo.
Oh my
God! And they photoshopped your teeth on.
Yep.
And we were in
awe. Bless that woman.
Yes.
She. Oh my God, yeah. What a wonderful person. She completely photoshopped the braces off of my teeth and added a tooth in.
Yep, and it looked good.
And it looked amazing. And I was like, but okay, something like that, I just want that so much more.
Yeah, I remember seeing it and being like, damn, she looks good.
Oh, but you're so sweet because you knew that I was pretty even though I didn't have a tooth and I had braces for way too fucking long.
I always knew.
Oh, that's so sweet. But so I go to this appointment, ready to take these fuckers off, and they, we kind of established a plan, and I have to leave. I'm trying to think about how this went. I got essentially what I was going to be getting was like a retainer with a flipper in it. So there would be a tooth in place of my absent.
You and Sam should have talked about that when he came over.
Yeah, we should have. Well, and mine wasn't like his. Like mine, he just had a tooth. Like it was literally just for the sake of being.
Yeah, it was a retainer with a fake tooth to fill the gap. I thought that's what you had at first.
Well, mine was like clear and like an actual big retainer thing. Like Invisalign, but it also had a tooth pocketed in it.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
And so it was supposed to still be doing some work, and I was supposed to go in and get it changed every once in a while, size-wise, and it was like supposed to kind of be pushing my teeth back, but it was happening very slowly.
Yeah, okay, I remember that.
But I mean, getting, like, the day that I left the office with that fucking tooth, it was the best day of my life. Like, I was so, so happy.
Ready to go meet some people on the floor.
Yes, let's go back. College was over at this point, too.
Myself.
I remember because it was like, you know how we always did the Devil's Lake trip right at the beginning of summer?
Yeah.
That was like my first time getting to show people my teeth. Like I had a retainer in.
It was at the end of freshman year of college?
At the end of freshman year of college.
Oh, fuck.
Freshman year was over.
Oh, I thought it was pretty early in freshman year.
No. Yeah, freshman year was over. And we were going on our annual Devil's Lake trip with all of our friends. And I was so fucking excited. And I had this tooth.
Look at me.
And I didn't have any braces. And I like kept my retainer on to eat because I was too embarrassed to take it out.
Oh my God, that's you.
And like I was trying to like chomp chips with it, and it wasn't really
no. I remember seeing you take that out. It was pretty busted in the molar.
Oh my God, yeah. I wore it all the time. I never took it off. Because I was so embarrassed. I didn't have a fucking tooth. Do you know how whack that looks?
Yeah, I got you.
So anyways, so I got that thing. But yeah, like I said, oh my God, it was working so slowly, which is, I guess, as to be presumed.
The Invisalign thing?
Yeah, it just barely moving my mouth.
Right.
And so then we had to put a couple of braces back on. So we like cut the backs off.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think all three of my back molars is where I had braces. And they were supposed to be yanking my shit back again, to make room for whatever the fuck at this point. We're trying.
Yeah, if you thought the braces getting off was the end of the journey.
Yeah, no. Does not stop there. And so, because we're still at this point trying to make room for some kind of implant.
Right.
And we're pulling at these teeth and doing all this shit. And I went through an insane amount of retainers. The amount of times I lost my retainer.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My tooth in it is so because I would take it out.
They gave you an extra at one point. You'll probably need this.
Yeah. Well, okay, I wear a lot of big shirts, guys button-up shirts with pockets in them. And a lot of the time I would very slyly take my tooth out before eating quick slide it into the pocket.
Yeah, you would.
As a place to hold it while I was eating, which, looking back, maybe a little bit gross, but
sure.
It was I just wanted it to be the most nonchalant.
Right. Discreet,
I wanted no one to see.
Yeah.
And then, I covered my mouth like this whenever I was talking or chewing.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, and then I would get drunk and lose my tooth all the time when I'd come back and drunk eat and I would not know where it was.
Yeah.
I stepped on it one time because.
Yeah. How many things you stepped on it? You threw one away. Yeah. Did you throw up and it fell into the toilet? Or am I imagining that?
I believe that's correct.
Oh my God.
That was also a drunk. I think it was the worst drunk.
Yeah.
Well, because then it's just, you never know.
You're worse at everything.
Yeah. And I was pretty bad. Lose a lot of things.
Yeah, you're already bad at
including my teeth. But yeah. Oh my God. And it was just I remember all these different times of me going around trying to fucking glue this thing really quick.
Oh my God, yeah.
I remember on spring break one time. That was when I stepped on it.
Oh shit.
Because I think I had put it in my pocket to eat. And then we were getting ready and I hadn't put it back in my mouth yet. I took my shirt off and just threw it on the ground. It was in my pocket and I stepped on it.
Oh, fuck.
And so emergency trip to Walgreens to get some dental glue.
Oh my God.
Insane.
That's terrible.
Dumbest shit ever. And I think another year probably went by of all of that.
Yeah, definitely.
at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through so many busted up retainers. I mean, and like literally they were like broken half the time or.
Mm-hmm. So were you in that until you did the or whatever it's called, the Bridger?
Well, so yes.
Okay.
So then, you know, I'm going back to the orthodontist all the time and doing all my usual business. And at this point, Dr. Fennig was kind of like phasing out. So a new doctor,
probably for the best.
without a doubt, a new doctor was like taking over his practice. And much younger, she seemed a little bit more hip with it. And like she would use the trendy braces that everyone else was using. And this, of course, so we have this meeting where we're in the conference room, naturally, that I was always banished to.
With Becky.
And my mom and I'm still bringing my mom to my appointments. And we're just like, this is just getting crazy. Like,
how is this not over?
We want the braces off. This is just getting absolutely ridiculous. We still don't have an end in sight.
Wait, you still have those like back two
I still had braces on the back. Yeah. 3 on either side.
Jesus.
And just all this bullshit was still going on. Like
sophomore year of college, yeah.
So we were like, okay, maybe we'll just like, again, time for a third fucking opinion with this new doctor who's going to be taking over the practice. Just see what she thinks because this is getting ridiculous. I want these off. Like at this point, I don't care. I'm vain enough I just want teeth. I want to just have a good smile and call it a fucking day.
Yeah.
And she was like, if I'm being honest, I think if we were going to try to make room for implants, I would want to put you in a full set of braces again, rubber bands, the whole 9 yards, and we would only try it for 1 year.
1 year.
And just even then, if there's a chance it won't work, and then I'm done trying.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, first of all, absolutely not. Like, I'm not doing that. There's no way in hell. And if it's not even guaranteed to, like, bring me the end result that I'm looking for, then fuck no. Like, that's just it's not even on the table. Like, no.
Oh my God.
And so then we had to kind of start talking about alternate solutions because implants are like the more permanent version of fixing my issue. Yeah. But the other option was like getting bridges, which they don't really recommend in people, you know, our age because they're not permanent. Mm-hmm. You'll have to get them replaced.
Some might say they fall out.
Yeah, we'll get to that. And you also have to like fuck up some of your other teeth because
you have to glue the back of them.
Like essentially what a bridge is like, well, we'll start with this. There are 2 kinds of bridges. You can do something called a Maryland bridge, which was what I was going to opt for initially, which means it's like a fake tooth, and then it has kind of little wings on the back of it. Yeah. That glue to the back of some of your other teeth.
Your real teeth.
So you're not, in that situation, you're not actually ruining any of your real teeth. Right. But like normal bridges, the ones you think of, probably when you think of like old people and dentures and shit, normally what they do, it's more like they grind some teeth down and then cap them with something that looks like an artificial tooth over it, a cap. Right. Like something over the teeth on either adjacent side of my
like a crown
opening. Yeah. So, you know, obviously it's not really great to like grind down young teeth. They have huge roots and, you know, those are healthy teeth. You don't really want to fuck with them if you don't have to. Yeah. Because there's no reason to. And so we went for the Maryland bridge option first. I finally got that second baby tooth pulled. I have 2 holes now. Mm-hmm. And then at this point, I'm seeing a prosthodontist, so like a fake tooth doctor. Right. And the amount of people I have gone through, absolutely insane, because I'm seeing an orthodontist, a dentist, an oral surgeon, and my prosthodontist. Like, I'm seeing all these fucking people all the time.
Right. They're sending emails about Samantha.
Yeah. Literally everyone's communicating about my ass. And so essentially my prosthodontist just designed these 2 teeth for me and I went for the Maryland bridge option first, but that's, you know, typically done on back teeth or because the eye teeth are just tricky. They're at the corner of your mouth and they're the first thing you chew with. You bite into everything
so much with
that. Them. Yeah. So I got those, and I mean, it must have been within weeks. The first one.
It was like, within the first couple weeks.
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
One fell out.
Yep. No mental breakdowns.
Lots of mental breakdowns. One fell out just like out of the fucking blue. And it was always, I'm in college. It's always before school. Like insane shit. I can't just not have a tooth.
Yeah.
I can't just not have a fucking tooth. And it just completely fell out of my mouth. So I'm sure I was eating something. And so I go in, we have that one replaced. She uses like some different kind of glue or something.
Yeah.
And then, not shitting you, 2 weeks later, the other one fucking falls out. And I think at this one, I was at your house.
Yep, you were.
I think I like woke up with it in my mouth or something. Like, wasn't it like loose?
That sounds right.
Because I woke up, it was in the morning, and I just called my mom. It was like 6 a.m. And I was like, Mom, my fucking tooth fell out again.
One of them you could tell like a few days before. You were like,
it's
this
feeling
doesn't
loose.
feel right.
Yeah. And so we go back in. She uses, again, the other glue on this one. And then like 3 weeks, or maybe it was a little bit longer this time. It was like almost a month or something.
So you had 3 fallouts in like 3 months.
Yeah. The first one fell out again.
Right.
Like it was like, no, we're not doing this. This is not cool with me. Fuck this.
Yeah.
And so, and then these are like emergency trips I'm making every time early in the morning because
you have school.
Yeah. Like one of the times I
job.
literally had a presentation I needed to go do. I'm not doing that without a tooth. No way. No way. So finally we went in and she was like, okay, then we need to come up with another solution. And I think that has to mean, you know, we do the classic bridge. Like we're going to have to grind some teeth down. And like what I have now, it's kind of like a hybrid. So part of it has a wing.
The finished product?
Yes. So it's like wing on one side. And then technically I have 2 fake teeth together. One of them is a cap. Like it's on like a little nub tooth.
Right. They had to grind that down.
Yeah. So
Didn't go well.
Oh my God, no. And so I remember so she had to make me a whole new tooth, which takes some time. You have to design it, color it, match it, all this shit, fit it, everything. So I have like new, this is when I got like a flipper, more like what Sam had, where like,
okay.
Then it just kind of, it's just for the purpose of having teeth in my mouth.
Yeah. It was like
where there are none.
temporary.
Yeah. And so, because like I had to have something there while we waited to get this fit and ready to go. And then I had to make an appointment essentially to go and have one of my healthy teeth shaven down to this little nub. And I remember going in there, I was so scared.
Yeah.
And, you know, she just pumps me up with a whole bunch of anesthetic, but I don't know, I like metastasized that shit so fast.
Yeah.
It was like really hurting me. So we're in the middle of this process and I'm actually in like an incredible amount of pain.
And it's supposed to be numb.
And I'm not supposed to be feeling anything. Like that shit just goes right through me. Or I don't know, maybe it's just because the adrenaline, I was so nervous that I was just like.
Yeah. A lot of nerve ends in your mouth too.
Yeah. So they know now that they just like give me double what you would give anyone else. Like this woman needs
heavyweight anesthetic.
Yeah. Load her on up. So yeah, essentially they shaved like my little nub down. And I remember then, you know, she put me with more anesthetic, finished the job, leaves the room to do whatever, go get the tooth, something along those lines. And I just remember like, you know, reaching for my little nub with my tongue. And I immediately started sobbing because it sucks. Like, I don't think this is me telling you not to get veneers, folks. It is so not fucking worth it. Yeah. You're shaving healthy teeth down that could just be there in your mouth for forever. They're happy. They're doing their best. Like, like if you do not need to do that, do not do it. It is so not worth it. Never would have if I had the choice. And I mean, and also it was just so incredibly sensitive. Like, because it has a huge root. The nerve is ginormous in there still because I'm so young. And so it, you know, in older people, when it's time comes to get dentures or whatever, that's way less of an issue. Yeah. But at our age.
And you still feel it, like if you have a cold drink underneath your crown. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I had that one essentially fastened to my mouth. Actually, I think I had to give my nub a couple weeks. Like, I'm pretty sure my nub had to like relax for a second. And then, because you basically have to wait and make sure you're not going to need like a root canal. Because if she bumps the nerve too much and it like, you know, coils up and dies. So now I have one normal bridge and one Maryland bridge.
Because it hadn't fallen out yet.
Because the second one had only fallen out once. Yeah. And we actually made it a while. Like, I think it was like a solid 8 months.
Nice. That sounds right.
And then naturally, the stupid little Maryland bridge fell out for the second time, and we kind of knew that was probably going to happen. Like, we were going to let it last for as long as was possible, but then I had to go and essentially have the same thing done on the other side, which I was dreading because I hated having my tooth shaven down.
Yep.
And mind you, bridges are, like, an implant would be good for life, and bridges are maybe, I think I was told this would last me somewhere between 8 to 20 years. And then I would probably have to get a new one.
Yeah.
And usually, apparently also, like, your dentist, when you're just going in for your normal cleanings, can probably tell, like, if it's starting to get loose.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to always be, like, a surprise.
Yeah.
However, 2 years go by, a.k.a. this fucking summer. Do you remember this?
When did you get the second bridge?
Like, senior year.
Okay, yeah.
Or maybe even my super senior year.
Okay.
Of
Damn.
college, aka like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 fucking years ago.
And I will tell you, it's awesome. They look fucking great.
They do look really good.
Did you guys know that I have fake teeth? Because I do.
No.
They look amazing. I'm very confident with my smile. It feels good to have these in my mouth. Like, my prosthodontist really saved my fucking life.
Got a full set.
But here I am. Yes, a full set. And here I am, thinking I've got realistically 8 years, because everything bad that has happened to me
to a mouth
has happened to me.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be on the low end of that 8 to 20 year spectrum. But 2 years go past, or something along those lines. And this past summer, when we were in quarantine, my fucking bridge fell out. I bit into, you don't remember this?
I straight up don't remember.
This has been a very weird year.
Yeah, COVID has been a blur.
Basically, it's this summer. We're in the middle of quarantine. And I had been feeling like it was maybe loose, but like I don't know what that feels like. And I had a dentist appointment, and she didn't say shit.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought it was fine, because I was told that your dentist would be able to tell you if it was going to fucking fall out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and mind you, that dentist appointment is when I found out that amongst all of these fucking tooth appointments that I've been going to for years, somehow I haven't been to the dentist in 3 years. And I remember canceling my appointment one morning because I was insanely hungover, like sophomore year of college or something. Like, it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then I guess I just never went to the dentist ever again. But I had so many appointments for my teeth all the time.
It didn't feel like it.
It did not feel like that.
Yeah.
So I went to the dentist, and it wasn't even my normal hygienist. And so it was just like this stand-in woman who was so mean to me about not going to the dentist.
Oh my God.
I'm like, I'm the last person who would not be going to the dentist. Like,
right.
I will do anything it takes to preserve these fucking teeth at this point.
Right.
And I don't know, there was just like all sorts of shit on there. And she was like, you got to be going to the dentist more. We got to schedule you for another clinic. You're going to have to pay for it because, it's only free every 6 months.
Yeah.
So you're coming back. And she like hacked at my teeth. Like, it was like very painful. And she was just like really sassy about it the entire time. Like, it's like almost like a substitute teacher, but for my dental hygienist. And she was just like a bitch.
Chill out.
Yeah. Like, I don't need this. So that's funny. But she didn't say anything about my bridge being loose.
She was too busy battling plaque, man.
Yeah, I guess. Ew. And so, I don't know. I guess I kind of, like, it felt a little bit off. Not even necessarily loose, just off. But, like,
Sure.
I thought everything was fine. We're 2 years in. There's no way. I'm not even close to the 8-year mark, much less 20.
Right.
So I just thought there was no way. And I actually remember I bit into a Gotham bagel sandwich.
Oh, shit. No, not the Gotham.
Not the Gotham. It was my absolute favorite pastrami egg and Swiss on a super egg bagel. And
Shout
I
out
bit
Trent.
into that motherfucker. And my entire bridge just fell out. And immediately, like, and it's summer.
Yeah.
But a rush of cold air, not even very cold because it's fucking summer.
Right.
Hit my nub, and I was in excruciating pain. Like, my poor little nub.
Oh, no.
It was so sensitive, and my tooth had fallen out, and it was gross, and just like, what the fuck? Like, I just was like, this is not supposed to be happening to me. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
It's never over.
It is never over. And I was so devastated. Like, I was so upset. I immediately called my mom sobbing. Oh, my God.
As you guys should probably have guessed by now.
Yeah. Yeah. Quick to cry. And my mom too, like I swear she was crying on the other end of the phone. She was just like, no,
Yeah.
this cannot be happening.
I don't want to go back to the orthodontist.
And like, you know, it's quarantine. I had been working from home. Actually, at the time I had probably been furloughed still for the most part.
Sure, yeah.
But also, my mom's like, well, you have to call the prosthodontist. So I call to make my appointment, and I'm told that I can't bring my mom.
Oh my God. You had to call yourself and you
COVID.
Can't bring your mom.
Because it's COVID and you can't have a +1. They have to take your temperature and there's all these precautions. So after all these years, like all this, I need my mom. Like
your shield.
I'm fucking 24 and I need my mom to come to this appointment with me because she's just there for all my tooth needs and I couldn't bring her. And I'm on the phone because these women also, they all know me and the amount of times my teeth have fallen out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You've come to some of those appointments with me.
Yeah, yeah.
They fucking know my ass.
They were like, oh, we've heard of you. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Good. I guess.
Only good things.
No, it's just like, well, how have you seen her this much?
Yeah, I'm there a lot. Yeah. I'm always there. That's what I'm saying. That's why I had no idea I hadn't been to the dentist in 3 fucking years.
Yeah.
Someone's always looking at my teeth for some such reason.
Seriously.
And so, I went in and I wasn't sure if they were going to do more shaving or what. Mm-hmm. I just had no idea what to expect, if they had to make me a whole new bridge, if I was going to be waiting.
Yeah.
But it actually was great. I basically went in and they just resealed that sucker. She made a comment like, well, hey, at least you made it 2 years.
No. I remember the minimum was 8.
Yeah.
So it's good you had it this time. At least they could just glue it back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to wait 3 days, though, with a nub. And it was just you were buying me. We had straws in the house for the first time in our lives.
Okay, yeah.
I could only have, I could have room temperature water and cold soup. Like, There was nothing else. I couldn't eat, drink. Everything hurt. I couldn't even breathe in through my mouth.
Man, we're going to have some really good photos for Instagram for this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe some that don't need to see the light of the day.
We'll do it. It'll be funny.
Some really good ones. But
yeah, so that's my dental story. That's something I have complained about for, how old am I? I got braces.
7th grade.
So.
How old are you?
You're good at math.
12. When you're 7th grade, you've had them for 12 years.
That's so fucked up.
Or, well, you've had problems for 12 years.
Yeah.
You had braces for 7.
Yeah, and for a girl who really didn't have that many things wrong with her mouth, 12 years is 12 years too many. Like, This is just absolutely insane. So I actually have 4 fake teeth in my mouth. Did you guys know that? Fun fact about me.
Yeah, that'll be a quiz.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be a quiz.
What was the doctor's name?
but yeah, so essentially, that's just a story I felt I needed to share. It feels good to get it off of my chest. It really actually does.
I think the public needs to hear it.
Yeah, and I do love to complain about it.
Yeah,
it's cathartic in many ways.
And hopefully these ones will last 8 to 20 years.
Fucking hope so.
In your case,
I'm
2 to 3.
counting on 2. Yeah,
2 to 4.
It's like that's what's gonna happen. But okay, I will say now I feel like I kind of understand the feeling like of it almost loose. Being loose. Sure. Yeah, more.
You must just have a lot of canine activity when you chew or something.
Well, okay. I mean, I think that's like the main place you bite.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so do you guys feel bad for me? Because that's what I want.
We're going to need a lot of sympathetic comments.
If everyone could send me a card and give me a compliment on my smile, I think.
This is kind of like your villain origin story.
Yes, it fucking is. Thank you for saying that. That is so true.
How did Samantha turn out how she is? First world dentist problems.
And, like, at this point, I probably shouldn't have even gotten the braces. Like, I could have just chilled. Well, that's not true.
You could have just done one of those, like, Smile Direct Club things now.
Straight up.
Right.
Honestly, though. Yeah, don't get braces. Maybe you need them. If you really need them, get them. But if you don't really need them, do anything else.
And if you really need to get them, don't go to Dr. Fenning.
I do believe he's retired. I mean, when I was going, he was, like, in his 70s.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Like I said.
Good riddance.
Damn.
But yeah. So Dr. Fenning ruined my life, but now I have this beautiful smile that I would never trade for the world. I just hope that it all stays in one piece, you know?
Truly radiant.
That's all I could ask. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you so much. And now I feel like I just like show my teeth off all the time. I'm always laughing or smiling in someone's face. Like, I just like, yeah. But I am proud of them, and I worked very hard for them. Well, a lot of people
fucked up and did some other stuff and covered other people's fuck ups.
I worked hard on my attitude.
Yes. Did you?
Well, okay, I put up with a lot. How about that?
Yeah, okay, I like that.
That's a good one.
Your mother did too.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Mom. If you're listening to this, you were my rock throughout that entire experience, and I owe you one. So thanks, Mom. And thank you guys for listening to me bitch about my teeth for like an hour. I mean, that's something, you know?
That is.
But that's the thing. The fact that I can talk about it for that long just goes to show you how fucked up my situation was.
I forgot like most of those points in the story.
Yeah. You do have a bad memory, though.
Yeah.
Well, alrighty. I feel better.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel better?
Right, yeah.
But anyways, thank you so much for listening. And I'm going to look forward to chatting with you guys again next week. We're going to have a new president, which is pretty exciting.
That is very good.
Happy Inauguration Week, everybody.
Woo.
And I also have my amazing friend Mikey on next week. So I'm excited about that. We're going to have a fun conversation, and I'm looking forward to it. I will talk to you guys soon. And thanks, James, for being a part of this.
Yes. And the journey.
And the journey. And for dating me even when I didn't have teeth. And, you know, that's pretty cool of you. Alrighty. Well, bye.